The following is produced by 5 Star Productions USA, which is solely responsible for its editorial content and is sponsored in part by a grant from Paul Mitchell Salon Hair Care.
Things are heating up here on Earth. Global warming created by a buildup of carbon dioxide from emissions could change the way we live. But if every American slashed their energy consumption in half, we could each keep 7,000 pounds of carbon out of the atmosphere every year. If we don't change our habits may end up changing us. Hi, I'm Ed Begley Jr., and this is today's Environment, where we examine what's being done to make the Earth a more livable planet. Little things mean a lot, especially in terms of healing the planet. Every time you conserve, every time you recycle, every time you do anything at all to improve, repair, or sustain the Earth, it matters. I think this next segment might inspire you.
It's not apparent on the surface, but environmental stewardship is crucial to the defense of our nation. Environmental stewardship enables our Air Force to maintain access to the installations and ranges where it operates and trains for the defense of our nation.
We are committed to environmental stewardship because responsible use of our natural resources is simply the right thing to do. Worldwide, our environmental program employs nearly 1,800 people, and we invest over $850 million annually on environmental stewardship, because protection of the environment, where we train and operate, is one of our top priorities.
The Air Force has established an aggressive environmental program to protect the natural resources that are entrusted to them. This program consists of 4 focus areas: cleanup, conservation, compliance, and pollution prevention. Cleanup consists of lowering health and environmental risks caused by past operations by applying efficient and effective technologies to resolve environmental issues in close partnership with regulatory agencies and the public. Through conservation, the Air Force protects 9 million acres of land, 500,000 acres of forest, and 1,100 miles of rivers and streams for our present and future generations. Compliance is attained through pollution prevention. This is accomplished by developing and operating installations and aircraft in a manner that improves performance while preventing pollution at the source.
We plan for and implement business decisions to reduce the environmental impact of the day-to-day operations of our installations and our weapon systems. Our F-22 program is an excellent example. Our Air Force has developed a leading-edge, high-performance fighter aircraft that is also the most pollution-free jet fighter ever flown.
2 major environmental concerns were addressed in the F-22 program. First, hazardous materials were identified and, when technologically practicable, targeted for elimination, minimization, and substitution. They also considered hazardous materials and the process involved in day-to-day aircraft operations, maintenance, support, and disposal. In the development of the F-22, the Air Force has eliminated or reduced a number of hazardous materials, including all ozone-depleting substances, and toxic air emissions during engine production were lowered by 96%. The F-22 program also decreased the requirement for spray paint applications and volatile organic compound emissions and the hazardous waste they generate.
We have a world-class environmental program, and it is constantly improving. The present and future success of our Air Force depends on reducing or eliminating the environmental impacts and the associated cost of operating our aircraft and our weapon systems.
Leading-edge technology programs like the F-22 simultaneously consider life cycle design, national defense needs, and environmental stewardship, and will ensure our Air Force continues defending our nation well into the 21st century while protecting our precious natural resources for generations to come.
If you like to sing in the shower, try a jingle, not an opera. A standard shower head uses about 7 gallons a minute. Less time in the shower saves on the hot water bill and leaves more water for everyone. Get involved with today's environment today.
Take a deep breath. In addition to the natural components of air, you probably inhale plenty of pollutants like NOx, SOx, and carbon dioxide. It almost sounds like a harmless mix of alphabet soup, but those letters really spell trouble. Maybe this could help.
At the time the first automobile moved through our city streets, little concern was given to the effects of its combustion engine on our environment. Then the number of cars went from a few hundred to hundreds of millions, and the side effects of this motorized invention became more evident. Today, carbon monoxides, hydrocarbons, carbon dioxides, and nitrous oxides are being released into our atmosphere in deadly proportions and are poisoning the air that we breathe. The automobile has become one of the major contributors to our decreasing air quality. Since the combustion engine is the backbone of our transportation industry, the number of vehicles on our roads will only increase in the future. And when you consider that each year some 89 million small engines release about as much harmful emissions as cars, the dilemma is doubled. This brought about a challenge to create an innovative solution like this Air Vapor Fuel System, or AVFS, developed by Regi US. Fuel injectors, pumps, and carburetors deliver fuel in a stream of liquid, creating an inefficient and incomplete burn, which results in greater emissions. The AVFS system replaces carburetors, fuel pumps, and fuel injectors and delivers vaporized fuel to the engine, which creates more surface area of fuel to burn. Since the fuel burns more completely, there are fewer emissions. The air vapor fuel system is currently being applied to small engines and is being designed for installation into automobiles in the near future.
The AVFS technology will cut carbon monoxide emissions in half, reduce hydrocarbons by 75%, and drastically reduce the emissions of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. It has demonstrated an efficiency increase of 16 to 30%, along with increased power output.
Finding new ways to protect our air is absolutely necessary for our survival. With today's technology giving us innovative solutions to our air pollution problems, we're creating a cleaner and safer environment for every living thing that shares our world.
Coming up on today's environment, the importance of safe drinking water, plus a conscientious city devoted to protecting their environment. Next.
Look closely. Is this water or poison? Unfortunately, it may be both. Every day, as many as 15,000 people die from diseases caused by unsafe water. This next segment examines one way we can respond to this problem.
Water is one of the most essential ingredients for life on our planet. Besides oxygen, water supports every living thing in one way or another.
Because water is so important to our bodies, the purity is absolutely essential. Water can contain contaminants, as we all know, and our bodies just aren't set up to handle many of them. The problem with drinking straight tap water is we don't know the quality. We take for granted when we turn that faucet on that we're getting a highly purified water supply that's potable and healthy to drink. That may not always be the case. Chlorine is a safeguard, eliminating bacteria in our water supplies. The problem can occur when chlorine in contact with organics becomes carcinogenic. Now we have not only an aesthetic problem of drinking chlorinated water supplies, but it can be a health issue as well. It's interesting that 99% of the water that comes into our home is used for washing, for bathing, and for doing utility things around the house. Only 1% of our water supplies are used for drinking water, and that's the important issue here as we talk about protecting our world water supplies.
As the Earth's population continues to increase, the demand for clean water will also continue to grow. For a variety of reasons, including urban growth, environmental issues, aging infrastructures, and natural occurrences, consumers are more aware and concerned with the quality of their drinking water. Because there are few alternatives to chlorinated tap water, bottled water and home drinking systems are the fastest growing options. Culligan, the pioneer in water treatment, offers bottled water and filtration systems that provide people with an effective option of a clean, dependable water source. Water softeners reduce scale in pipes and water-using appliances like water heaters, and softened water breaks down soap more efficiently. This results in water heating bills being lowered up to 29% and reduces the amount of soap and detergent needed to wash dishes and clothes. As the world's population increases, so does the scarcity of potable water. Culligan is pioneering new technology that brings potable water to areas where it never existed.
There is no new water on the earth. Our water is some 400 million years old, and it's up to us to protect it, to cherish it as a very, very valuable commodity. We not only need a high purity water, but generations to come have to use this same water again and again and again.
Beverage containers account for more than half of all the packaging we throw away. While paper, glass, and aluminum are now widely recycled, there's still places that don't have complete recycling programs. Here's someone pitching in to make no excuse recycling a part of their community.
For many years, the focus of environmental responsibility was on big business. Then communities began getting more involved in conservation and recycling efforts. The city of Branson, located in the Missouri Ozarks, recently developed a unique program in cooperation with the Branson Lakes Area Chamber of Commerce that supports an environmentally responsible lifestyle. The Environmental Excellence Challenge encourages daily environmental stewardship in Branson's businesses, churches, and schools.
This program demonstrates what one community can do on a voluntary basis to conserve and protect its natural resources. It was designed as a way to show businesses how they can make money, how they can save money, and how they can be environmentally responsible at the same time. The program has been very well received by local business owners because there are a lot of earth-conscious consumers out there that would choose to spend their money at a business if they knew that that business is doing the same kind of earth-conscious environmental activities that they do at home.
The goal of the program is to make a significant impact on the reduction of waste, increase recycling, and reduce water and energy use in the community. To qualify for Environmental Excellence certification, an applicant must demonstrate specific environment-friendly procedures. The plan identifies more than 50 steps to reduce negative impact on the environment. Each step is given a point value, and a business must score 10 points to receive certification. Then they have to add 3 points each year to remain certified. What's interesting is that many people are already doing a lot of the things that are on the conservation list, and they don't even realize it. Being a member of the Environmental Excellence Challenge is something businesses, as well as their communities, can be proud of.
By the end of this year, we expect to have some hard statistical data that will show how many gallons of water this program has saved, how many pounds of recyclables were diverted from the landfill, and convert those figures into actually money saved by businesses. We've received a lot of support and recognition on the state level. The governor of the state of Missouri, as well as the lieutenant governor, have both endorsed it. We've also received an endorsement from the state tourism director. The Conservation Federation of Missouri has wholeheartedly endorsed it and would like to see it go statewide. We think that one of the big outgrowths of this program in the future is that it will become a marketing tool not only for the individual businesses but for the Branson community. That Branson can be seen not only as an area that is absolutely beautiful to come to, but also a community that's recognized as environmentally responsible.
The city of Branson has started something that can truly make a difference in the next century, and they're always looking for new ways to improve and expand what they've already done.
In a moment, a new technology that reduces combustion engine pollution, plus an environment-friendly philanthropist. Coming up on Today's Environment.
With combustion, no matter how you strike it, you always get emissions. Most vehicles on the highways today use combustion engines. If we don't find a way to control those emissions, the combustion that takes us from here to there may drive us to oblivion. But where there's innovation, there's hope, like in this next story.
The use of petroleum is an integral and fundamental factor in the global economy. Diesel and gasoline engines will remain the primary source of transportation for the foreseeable future, but they need improving.
Although zero-emissions vehicles are in the prototype stages, they're still a very long way from being in mass production. The production of these new automobiles would be expensive and rather impractical to implement due to the long time it would take to overhaul our current combustion engine infrastructure.
With increased pollution problems such as smog and its ecological impact, the global environment needs help now. In the United States and throughout the world, new technology is one means to combat pollution that is choking the environment and seriously affecting people's health. One company has created a breakthrough solution that will have a wide-reaching impact on the advancement of air quality standards for combustion engines. The Turbodyne system, by California-based Turbodyne Technologies, is the only preventative air pollution product for the automotive and trucking industry, and it's EPA certified.
Other anti-pollution devices such as catalytic converters work to clean up after the pollution has already been formed. This new Turbodyne technology injects more air into the cylinder of the engine, especially when it's needed most.
In an internal combustion engine, there's an optimal air-fuel ratio. And when the engine is being accelerated, there's more fuel present in the engine than is desirable. So what the Turbodyne system does is it pumps air into an engine to bring that air-fuel ratio back to a more ideal level. And in doing so, the fuel that's in the cylinders is more completely burned, and instead of being wasted out the exhaust pipe, is converted into useful energy, and less pollutants are made.
The technology reduces emissions to a point that not only meets current standards, but in some cases falls within the even more stringent standards proposed for the year 2004. There's also an increase in fuel efficiency, engine performance, and a decrease in drivetrain stress, resulting in a substantial fuel savings over the life of the engine.
Turbodyne Technologies recently received the United Nations Flag Technology status. And what that means is that the United Nations has basically recognized the TurboPack as a potential technology for significantly reducing the world's pollution problem.
This innovative combustion system will play an important role in cleaning up the air, which is so vital to our survival, and it will help create a healthier environment for our planet's future.
Beauty is only skin deep, that's how the saying goes, but people still spend millions of dollars every year on products to make themselves look good. What would be truly beautiful is if those cosmetics could be made in a way that would not blemish the earth. Let's watch.
Money makes the world go around, or so they say, and that motto seems to be ample justification for ruthless profiteers to plunder the planet. The devastation put upon the earth and its creatures in the quest for the almighty dollar could drive short-term earnings into our ultimate extinction. But fortunately, some companies like John Paul Mitchell Systems have the courage of their convictions and fight fire with fire, or profits with profits. The co-founder, John Paul DeJuria, directs a wide-ranging multi-million-dollar philanthropic effort to address specific environmental needs. As part of the launch of the Creatives Herbal Complex series of botanically enriched hair care products, the company joined the Plant Charter Group of Botanic Gardens Conservation International to work for the preservation of endangered plant species and heighten awareness of the vital importance of plants on our future survival and well-being.
The future belongs to our children, and to make sure it's filled with hope and great potential, John Paul Mitchell Systems joined with the Cousteau Society to enact the Bill of Rights for future generations. And they recently joined with other beauty product companies to form AIDS Relief Fund for beauty professionals. And this provides immediate assistance for people in their industry afflicted with that disease.
Ongoing support of the Big Mountain Weaving Project has given women of the Dene tribe a powerful voice against huge mining interests. They've managed to stop mining operations on ancient burial grounds and win other important concessions from the mining companies. Again, the future remains an important vision for the company, and a $75,000 donation to help establish a safe haven in riot-torn Los Angeles will help socioeconomically disadvantaged young men and women grow to their full potential.
God, Benny, we have more than one computer now.
Yeah.
We used to have one computer.
Yeah, right.
Now we have all these computers.
Yeah, right.
So we could actually have half a dozen kids going at the same time on computers. What we're building out here at the Blazer House is a center for the animals, a wilderness environment in the middle of the city. Oh, Benny, you did such a great job down here. Such a great job.
As a unique, holistic model learning center, special programs will focus on adult literacy, guidance for at-risk youth, and adult and youth tutoring. Other grants support the fight against cruelty to animals and preserving rainforests across the globe.
So many issues on our planet need to be addressed. Rainforests, animal rights, and the rights of the upcoming generation are just a few of the things that are worth fighting for. My company and I have been very fortunate, and to use some of our profits to help make the earth a better place to live goes hand in hand with what we're all about. Beauty. It's not simply nice hair, it comes straight from the soul.
So impressive are the array of environmental accomplishments achieved by John Paul DeJoria that he was one of 3 persons selected by Eco Expo and the United Nations Environmental Program to receive the 1995 Environmental Award. The splendor of the third planet should not be squandered by the greed of the first person. Environmental philanthropists may be today's modern crusaders who battle low ethics with high finance.
Radon is the invisible odorless gas released when uranium breaks down the soil. According to a specialist at the Environmental Defense Fund, radon in the home is the most deadly environmental health hazard in America today. Getting a home radon check may be a good idea, and I hope this show made you aware of a few more good ideas. Join me again next time as we explore more environmental solutions on Today's Environment.
This has been a presentation of 5 Star Productions USA. The preceding program was sponsored in part by a grant from Paul Mitchell Salon Hair Care.